selectors, okay, and the forms and what are the different types of CSS selectors and what is block level element and what is inline element and that's all, right? So we have completed till this and we need to start a box model. So what is box model? Can anyone tell me any idea about box model? Justify content properties to determine the size of our content and to create around the elements with a padding, border, and margin. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for the answers. As example, why we need to go for this box model? Actually, we have a different element when it comes to real time, right? Um, so we will be creating a navigations and the other containers like the main part, the body element. So we'll be having a different containers, right? So to place that container and we need some spaces and we need some border styling, like whether I need a space on top or bottom, so whatever. So that we will be calculating using this box models. Clear? So let's see how we can work with the CSS box model. This is one of the example. In the CSS box model describes all the elements by of a web page as a rectangular boxes. Okay, as shown in the graphics below, let it be a logo. So content of the navigation bar or the button, everything is a box. So everything is a box. Okay, like this. So let's see how we can create this. We have opened. Okay, let me open dummy folder. Let me delete. I don't want this file and I don't want this. Okay. So let's take a index file, index.html. I'm just giving exclamatory and I click on enter. So next is now we are going to see about. So now we are going to see about what? A box model. So what is called box model? So box model is nothing but if example, let's say I have one DAV container. So DAV is an element. Okay, it's like a container. Inside the container, example, let's say if I have a box and inside the box, I have a lot of elements inside it. Example, I'll be having some books, notes, or pen, or whatever I need. I'll just be packing it, right? So like that, in a container, in a HTML container, so you'll be having a container box. In that, you'll be placing some other elements like heading or paragraph or image or link, whatever you want, you can just, you're going to import. So how we can do this? I'm just giving DAV container, I'm giving an ID name to be A. Okay. And let's take the other DAV container to be ID of what? B. Okay. So this is the two DAV container. So now I'm going to style this using a internal style sheet. Let me create a style element. Inside this, I'm just giving a slash A and then what is the other element name is slash B. Okay. Like this, we have created now to make a container. So we are just giving so what its width and what its height and what are the other properties which we are trying to give. So let's say I'm just giving a property called width. Okay, I'm just going to specify the width of some let's say 300 pixels, and the padding is going to be some around I'm just giving as sorry, the height is going to be something like 150 pixel, or let's say 100 pixels. Here I'm just giving 200. Okay, so 100, 200. And then padding value of, let's say I'm just giving 2 pixel, and the border is going to be, let's say 2 pixel, a solid, or let me give it as 1 pixel, solid, some color. Okay, let me give it as this one. Okay, so like this we have created. So let's check the output. So this is the container box which I've created. Let me right click and go to the inspect. So in the inspect, you can see the width and the height. Let me open this one. Okay, I'm just clicking on this right click and I'm going to this element. So here you can see it is in some around. Just click here and select. You can see 200. So the element value is going to be 200 and 100. Okay, but have given a value for the entire container. I'm not just specifying for particularly for the element alone. So is this correct or wrong? Can anyone tell me? Is this correct or wrong? So this value was 200 and 100, but I have given the value, the entire container value is going to be what? 200 and 100. But it is just occupying only for the elements. Is this correct or wrong? This is also the interview question, so which you will be getting. Any idea? No idea, guys? I hope my voice is audible and my screen is visible to you. No idea. Okay, okay, fine. So guys, see, I'm just copying the same thing. Okay, I'm just copying the same thing here. Paste it here. And I'm adding one more thing called a content box. Sorry, the box sizing is a property, and the value is going to be a content box. And here the box sizing, and here I'm just giving as border box. Clear? So both are the same thing. But if you go and check the output, let me refresh. So here you can see the changes. Wait a minute. Okay. So, and also let me give a name to this. This is a content box, and this is going to be a border box. Okay, this is a content box and this is going to be a border box. So now, so what happened is if I click on this first box, so first box, what happened? So it is calculating like 200 into 100. That is only the element is occupying. If you scroll over this element, so what it is showing, what is the width and the height of this one? It is 205, and the height is going to be what? So let's calculate. So the value which I have given is 200. Let's get into this. So the width is what? The width is 200 pixels. Am I right? And then the height is going to be 200 pixels. So the width means, before telling this, let me tell you, this is the element and this is padding. Padding means nothing but the space around the element, the space around this content. That is called as what? The space between the content and the border. It is going to be a padding, and the border is nothing but it creates a line between the space around, sorry, the lines between the element, that is called as a border, and margin is nothing but the space around the border. It is called as a margin. Okay, clear? So now we will come to this part. So 200 into 100 is a, I know the width is 200 and the height is going to be 100 pixels. Am I right? Let me increase this. So this is going to be 100 pixels. So now what happened is, I'm just going to add this. So this is a width. A width calculation will be what? Left to right. Am I right? So 2 plus 2 is what? 4 pixel. Plus, here we have a border value to be 2 pixels. Am I right? So again, that is one pixel totally. So we'll be getting some a 2 not 5 point something value. And next is here, this is 100 pixel. The height will be calculated from top to bottom. So 4 pixel plus here it will be calculated like 1 pixel plus point. So it is going to be 105. So that's how the total container value is 205 and 105. That is not going to be my container value. So what is the container value which I have given? So that is going to be 200 and 100. Am I right? So this is entirely wrong. So you should not create a, the element using a content box. Content box is a default one, so you should not use that. So next we'll come to this border box. What is called border box? So border boxes, it will consider, okay, you just consider the, the whole container value will be considered to the given value. So for example, I've given a value to be 200 and 100. The entire box will be 200 and 100. Here you can see the value is what? At the top after div hash b, you can see 200 into 100, but if you see here it is 205 to 0.83. Am I right? So how this has been calculated, you see the inside value is adjustable according to that. So 194, so what is the value? So it is 194.7. Okay, and plus, so let's say 194 and plus the padding value is going to be 2. That is 2 plus 2 is 4 plus, and here that is to be 1. So it is totally how much? Sorry, this is around 2. So the point value will be 1.8. So it will be considered as a 2. So 2 means what? It is going to be 200. And next is 94. So again 94 plus the padding value is what? 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 plus, and the above 0.9 is going to be 1.8 some value, and I'm adding 2 is equals to what? 100. Clear? So whenever we are using a border box and content box, that is whenever you are designing, so just go with the border box. Clear? Any doubts from this in the calculation? Everyone clear with what is padding, what is margin, and what is element, and what is going to be a border? Yes or no? Can I get some response from you guys? If you don't know, also I can repeat it again. Just please let me know. Is it understandable? Okay. Okay, let me explain it again. So very simple, guys. So here is your layout. Okay. So here is your layout. This is your element part, and this is padding, and this is border, and this is margin. Okay. So whenever if, you are using a border box, so that will be calculated your whole container. Okay, whatever the value you have given in this place, that will be calculated. Okay, it will be considering a 200 into 100 pixel. If I scroll this, at the top, you can see 200 into 100. If I go here, it is showing like 205 point some value. So this is entirely wrong, the content box. You have to go with the border box. Clear? But still, if you have any question, just you can ask me. So next we will go with the next thing. So this is a first layer, that is a content, and second is padding, and third is border and the margin. Okay. Padding means are used to generate the space around the element content and inside of any defined border. So that is going to be what padding. And here I've got padding top, right, and bottom and left. And this is a padding of 100 pixels and border properties, the same thing. Okay, the border means is a space added on the top of your main content plus padding. So these are the same thing. So I think these are the topics which is here. So let's create one, I think 1 minute. You don't have any text properties. Okay, and also let me tell you something regarding the semantic elements. So how we can create a semantic elements. I hope everyone knows what a semantic element is or no. I got some answers from on that day. So how to create the semantic element. Let's see how we can create it. So first, to create a website. Okay, to create a website, what are the elements we need to provide? So what are the things we need to add it in our website? Can anyone tell me? Yes. No idea. So how to create a semantic elements? So okay, title. Okay, good. You need to give a name of your title, and then what are the other things? If it is a normal, okay, let's say for an example, I'm going to create a website for an e-commerce. Okay, let's say for an e-commerce, a shopping website. And what are the content I need to add? What are the tabs I need? I need to mention first. What are the tabs I need to give? It's a general question. So table, okay, table tag. What are the other things? Okay, let's see one by one. Tejaswini, please be on mute. Okay, so first we will see the semantic elements which we are, trying to include. So first we will go with the header part. Okay, so I need my header, my page header. So let me add my the header in the website. So let me give an image src file is going to be, let's say, I'm just getting some images, logo. Okay, let me take this image, copy the image link, and I'll put it here. We're clear. So, so let me copy the image link and I'll just put it here. Okay. And then whatever the size, if you're trying to give, just you can give it. So let me give a size to be something of 70, and the height is going to be, I don't know who's that. Is it Tejashwini? Vinay. So the height is going to be 70. So this is my image. I have given in the navigation, that is header part. Okay. If I go and check, you can see it is in the header part. You can see this is the header part. Okay. And next is I'm going to add some navigations. How we can add a navigations? We can add a navigation like this. So let me give an anchor tag in href is equals to, I'm giving some link name. Let me create as a index.h. So for the first navigation, if I click on home, it should show my first page. Okay. And the next one is the second link. So second link, I'm just giving a name to be a services.html. Okay. And let me give a name to be services. And next is contact.html. Here I'm just giving as contact. Here I'm giving as about.html, and here I'm giving as about. Okay, so these are the different tabs I'm giving for the navigation. If I refresh this page, here you can see the things. If you want to make this to be in next to this particular header, then you need to apply some CSS part. Okay, later we'll discuss. First, we will complete the the HTML part. So this is the navigation tab to give the navigations element. So if you want to identify these things, you can do the, you can apply the properties later to make it more presentable. So next is I'm creating a main element. So inside the main element, if you have whatever the content you're going to import, that you can give it here. Let's say I have I'm just going to give some articles. Inside the articles, I'm creating some sections. Okay. Inside the section, let's say I'm having some heading, and let's say the heading is going to be HTML semantic elements and paragraph. Let me get some paragraph from online. Let me take this paragraph and let's copy this. And you can add 2 to 3. That is, you can add a number of sections here within the articles. Okay. So let me copy this section and I'll paste it here. In a section part, you will be adding the content, whatever you're trying to display. Okay. So that's all. So the next is, once I complete this section part, you'll be having something called as a aside. If you're trying to put something on the aside part, so aside is example, if you want to follow some search engine to just to quickly pull the informations like what is the, who's going to be the uh, you know who have created this and the view and the date and everything. So you can for that purpose we can add a side part. So inside the action itself, sorry, in the article itself, so side, I'm giving a paragraph that is like I'm just giving, this is viewed by some 2000 people. Like this, you will be getting some informations. And the author, mm, let's say Smith. Okay. So like this, I have given things. And if you're trying to add some figure captions, so figure caption is nothing but if you're adding multiple images and you want to give some caption for it, easily you can give it. So how? So let's say I have this image, right? Let me copy this. And after this main, or inside, after this aside, I'm adding a figure. Or let me put it here. Okay. Inside the figure element, I'm importing some lot of images. Let me copy this. And finally, I'm giving a fig caption. Okay. So fig caption is nothing but so what is the content is all about. Okay. What is the content is all about? Example, I'm just mentioning, um, this is a logo of the, let me give it like article logo. So here you can see the content. So you can see the, um, for example, you can see the spaces. I didn't give any spaces, nothing I have given, but everything is aligned in a proper way. There are some paddings and the other things has been applied, right? So it is looking good. So next is, if for example, I'm going to add more than that. So example, let's make some colors and how we can give up values here. So let me check with the float option. So how we can work with the float options? Any guesses? So what is a purpose of float option? So what is about a float option? So let's say I have this part, am I right? So let me put this navigation inside this header. And I'm giving in this, in the style part, I'm just mentioning the image, or let's say image should float right. Okay, so it is floating in the right side, but if you want to make it in the same way, you can apply some padding for what? For the navigation part. And just give us navigation. Apply some border first so that we can identify so where exactly it is get placed. Solid black. So it is placed where? So here it is exactly placed. So I need some space to extend. So for that, if I need a space between this content and the border, I need I need a padding value. So let me give a padding value to be 20 pixels. So let's check. So now it is exactly good. Okay. And let me change this to in a left side. Okay, like this, we can put a logo and the text. Clear? And next is how we can, align the text in a normal way. And also you can add a footers and the details and summaries. Example, if I'm giving a footer, so footer will be the last part. Okay. So in the last part, so in the footer, what we can see like copyrights, reserved, and some 2023. Okay. And also you can add some more details here. Like example, and let me put this in a paragraph. Okay, let me put this in paragraph. And next is, if you want to add some, map of any kind of, your location of your company, then what you can do is just go here and type a Google map and choose any one of this location and go here, share, and click on embed and copy the HTML. Okay. So once you're done, just paste this. So now is that. So now you can see the map at the bottom. So you can also change the size of it. So where is the size? I just want it to be 100 or let it be 150. And this is going to be some 75. Okay, so it will get the size will get lesser. And the next is you can also add some forms or sign up whatever you want to add it, or you can add some links also. So the reference links and whatever the edition you are trying to do, you can do all the things. And in a real time, so if I have some file that is page called services, I need to create a file called what? Services.html. I think that is the name which we have given in this place. Services. Yes, services.html. So here you can create some pages. Example, let's copy the same. And I'm just displaying the services part. Instead of this, so in the body element, I just want to display the services, right? So in the services, what are the services which we are offering that you can add it here? Example, um, freelancing services or website. Okay, so let's take some services you can provide. So let me copy this. Okay, these are the services which you are offering. Now, if you go and refresh the page, if you click on services, you'll be see the services part. Here you can design the services things. Okay, and whatever the colors you are trying to add, you can also add all those things. Let's see how we can add it as a split ends. So let's see how. So let's go to this article part. So where is this article? The sections, right? So let me create this article and I'm giving a value called column and just give the value 200 pixels. The column is going to be 3. So here you can see the columns. Let's remove this image out. I don't want this image. So let me cut this. Okay, so like this, you can split your paragraphs, in 3 ways. Or what else you can do is you can also use flex and grid concept to split the things. Okay, and next is um, you can also add some images or the buttons to this particular things. Example, I'm creating a card. Okay, let's say after this aside, okay, not after this aside, after this article, I'm just creating a card. So how we can create a card? So here I'm using a physical tag. So let me give a name to be the class to be row. Okay. And then I'm creating after this row, let me create the another div container and the class is going to be a column. This is a customized columns. So like this, I'm creating some 3 columns. Okay. So inside this column, I'm just importing. I need 3 things. One is image, the another one is text, and the another one is button. So to import the image or the paragraph, so let's take the same image and the heading, like my my React JS project. Okay. And you can give some description for it. Example. So this is a quiz app and using a library React JS. Okay, like this I've created. So after this, I'm creating one more button. So let's say the button type that is element. And inside this, I'm just giving a type to be what? Button. And the value is a read more. Clear? So these are the things we'll be adding here. Like this, I'm creating the another column. Now we will refresh. So we are getting the things in a different way, right? So how we can align the things? So let me increase the width. Wait a minute. So as of now, everyone is clear, right? What I'm doing. A position. Ashik, you are asking about the position values like fixed and static. So that is your question, or what is your doubt, ma? Can I know? No. Okay. I didn't get what you're trying to ask. Okay, not a problem. Okay, let me, okay. Here, I'm just giving this card. Okay, that is our card to be. This is our card, right? So the first card. So for this one, for the column, I'm just giving some values. Let's say, as of now, I didn't give any values, right? Okay, for column, that is going to be a class, right? So column, I want that column to be some width. Okay, I need I want to make some changes. So I'm giving a width of some 40 percentage as a width. And here for the image size, I'm just giving a value to be 100%, the width of 100%. Inside the 40%, it should be occupying the total 40%. For that, I'm adding here as 100%. Okay, for this one I have added. Okay, so it is a little bit a very larger. So let me apply it for all the things. Let me go with the previous one. Okay. So now you are going to make some arranges from top to bottom. Okay, so that is called as a card. So how we can make this card? So it is very simple steps how we can make this card visible very easily. So it is just nothing but you need to mention the width. Okay, first you need to mention the width. So let's take, instead of having this multiple thing, let me have a very simple thing. Let me take one particular card. Let me remove the other things. So this is my div container. Okay, this is my div container. So here I have used as a column, and I have given a some image source, and this is my a text. Okay, so let's say I'm giving the class to be a text. Okay, now we will design the things. So how we can design? So let me do one thing. So that is a separate one and this is a separate one. So let me copy this and put it inside. And let me create a class name. For the text alone, I'm creating a class name to be what? Text. Okay, so that's all. So the next step will be the styling part. So in the styling part, I'm just giving the value to be some 30%. It is going to be some 30%. And if you want to give some text shadow and the other things you can give. And text alignment is I want that to be in a center. So let me give it as a center. And next is box shadow. So I need to upload some box shadow. So box shadow is nothing but how we did this text shadow. So you have given some horizontal, vertical value and blur value and the color, right? The same how here also we need to mention the values. So let me give the first to be a 0 and next is 4 pixel and the other one is 8 pixels and 0 and I'm adding. So this is for blur purpose and this is for spread. I don't want to spread anything. So that's why I have mentioned it as a 0 and RGBA value. Let me give a black color, but a little bit in gray. Okay, so that's all. That's all for this one. And I'm going to mention some value for a text class. So padding is 2 pixel and this is going to be a 3 pixel. Okay, so let's see the value. So we have applied for this one. Am I right? So the text is displaying here and the content is 1 minute. Okay, here it was just okay. So this is the simple of the border, and if you want to add some more than this, like where it exactly plays, so you can give some values here. Example, you think that you don't know where it is exactly placed. That is this column. Then you can add a column, and here you can give some border. So that is a, nice trick to find the elements where it gets placed. So let me give color. So I think where is this element dot call? Let me change this name. I'm so sorry, guys. I was not giving this to be a class. Okay, so this is how the this one the image will be displayed. Okay, clear. This is like a card. So if you click on this button, you can see the project details. Like this, you can create a multiple containers. Okay. And if you want to place it next to next, then what you have to do is you have to create something called as div, let's say call class of row. And let me cut this and put this down after this div container. And you have to give some values here. Example, dot row. And that is you need to mention uh, it has to place next to next, right? So the column, so here also you can just give it So float left. Sorry, you need to give one more thing. So let me show you. So after this, if you want to have some gaps, you need to add this double colons. Do you know what is this double colon? Any idea? So what is this double colon? Any guesses? I was keep on telling you, so that's why I'm just asking you the question. So any doubts, guys? Like any idea about this one? What is colon after? 1 minute, guys. Okay, sorry for the this one. Okay. So now, and also you can add one more thing here. So I told you to add this one, right? That is universal selector. Inside this, you need to add the border box. Okay, so that is box sizing is going to be a border box. And next is after doing this, you need to give a column values, right? So column value, we have given a border. And also one more thing you need to add here that is called a float left. Okay, it should play, it should go next to next. That is float left. And then you need to mention the width value. So totally the width value is going to be how much? So from this left to right, it is going to be 100%. Am I right? So totally 33 point some 33 percentage. So we have mentioned width and a float, and I'm just removing this text align. Okay. Instead of that, I'm adding a padding value to be 5 pixels. Clear? So this is about the column. And what about the row? So when it comes to the row, let me remove the text also. I'm just adding the row. So inside the row, I'm using a pseudo elements. Okay, so here I'm adding a after concepts. So after the columns, it should leave some space for the content. Okay, so that's why I'm adding some spaces. And next to this, a clear both. And display a table. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to remove this. So let's check now. Still it is. Let me check. Let me remove all this. Why? Once again, guys, let me check. So better to understand. So let me. Yes. Okay, now, so it has given the borderline. So let me remove the borderline also. I will explain you clearly. Okay, so like this, you can add the multiple things using this float concept. Okay, so using the float concept, what we can do, I have given like 33.33 percentage, and the padding value is going to be 5 pixel, and it will showcase in a float. It will float leftwards. Okay, and the row is going to be after that. It will freeze some content. 1 minute, guys. I'm so sorry for the delay, guys. Some background noise. That's why. Okay, fine. So I hope everyone understood so how to place the element next to next. Is it clear? Yes or no? If you want to add multiple contents, you can also add it. So like this extra. Okay, why it is placing at the bottom? Because we have given the value to be 33.33 percentage. Okay, so it is occupied the total 100 percentage. You can increase the image or else you can decrease the width. Okay, width value, let me decrease the width value. Let me give it to be some 15 percentage. So now if you go and check, so it has been, overlapped. Okay, so you can increase the size. Otherwise, if you decrease the width also, it will not work fine. Clear? Clear, everyone? So how to place the content next to next? Yes or no? Let me get some response from you guys so that I can showcase you some example related to the that is flexbox and grid. Is it clear, everyone, with this float concept? Because float concept and the positions you will be definitely understanding. So can I get some response? Understood or not? Or you already know? Whatever. Please let me know. Are you there? Everyone is awake? Can I get some response? Yes, can you hear me, everyone? Tejashwini, Mahalakshmi, Mehana. Okay, why you guys are so silent? If you already know or you don't know, you want me to repeat, or you already know. So these, so if you already know or you don't know, if you want me to repeat again,
Can you please repeat the last topic, man?
okay, okay, fine. Okay, let's say for an example, I have some images. Okay, so you can also create a card or you can also create the images. Okay, whatever it may be. If you want to place any element towards your left, okay, so just take, I have given how many columns I have totally? One, and the second column and third column. Am I right? So let me remove this fourth column. So one and two and three. So totally three columns. So 3 into 33 is how much? It's around some 99. Am I right? So 99 means that is point value. If you add some point value, it is totally 100 percentage. The width of 100 percentage. So, so it will occupy all the three elements will occupy the 100 percentage. That is from left to right. Okay. If I'm trying to add some more content here, so it will place next to it. So let's say I'm just adding a three more columns, the three more datas. So here you can see next to next it is placing. Okay, it is not on the same line because it occupies, this is 33.3 percentage and this is 33.3 percentage and this is 33.3 percent. You can increase the sizes and but you cannot do anything beyond the values. Let's say I can increase the values. Um, let me give some margin values of 10 pixels. Okay, overall margin values. And if you want to increase this column, so 100 means we have to divide it into 33. Okay, let it be 33 percentage. Okay, so it is giving the margin values from the top to bottom. Let me also add this one border on pixel solid, some colors. Okay, so this is for the entire box and this one alone, the first div container alone, it is not placed into it. So why? Because so we have added the margin value. That is why it is not accepting. Okay. So if I'm not using this margin value, so it will be under the box. Okay. It is accepting the box values. Clear everyone. And if I remove this padding also, you can see the things has been placed, exactly what we are just imagining. Clear guys? So like this, we will be, placing the elements next to next. And if you want to identify where exactly the element is getting placed, you can use a border property and value. Okay. So next one more thing is like how you can create a card. Okay, using this HTML and CSS. So let's see one more example, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay. So let me remove this. The same concept, but I'm going to use a different content. Okay, clear? So now I'm just going to, make some content that is image and the text. It should be aligned in the same manner. So how we can do that? So here I'm just giving a div container and I'm creating a class to be what? Card is a name. Okay. And then I'm taking the another image. Okay, let's say image SRC and I'm adding some PNG. Let's take some professional image. Okay, let's take this. The image address. Okay, so after doing this, you can give the alt value. So I'm just giving, if the image is not going to display, then it will show this to be a professional image. And I'm adding a width. The style width is going to be some 100 percentage. Clear? So 100% means whatever I'm giving the width value of this card. Let's say the width is going to be some 50%. So that 50%, totally that entire 50% will be occupied by this image. That is why we are giving up width to be 100. Okay, next is I'm creating one more container. Div class is equal to a container. Okay, and then heading 4, I'm just giving a name. So let me give my name, and then I'm adding my professional. So let me give it as master trainer. Okay, clear. So this is how I've created. So next is I'm going to apply some styles. So how we need to apply styles? So dot card, I'm adding a box shadow. So box shadow is just giving a value to be some 0, 4 pixels and 8 pixels, 0. These are some colors, to make a shadow for the border. RGBA value. I'm giving some transition. So if you want to add transition property, you can add. There are multiple, properties are there. You can check and you can apply it. So you can, what you can do is you can try some transitions and translations and the other duration like that. So just try to create some application apps, or the kind of you can create some gaming kind of applications after learning about JavaScript with app like that. So it will be, you will also get some incomes if you are publishing it in a Google, that is Play Store. So let me give this to be a 40 percentage. And after this I'm giving, if I hover that card, okay, if I'm going to hover that card, something it is going to change. So the color is going to change, the box shadow color, 0 and 8 pixels. I'm just giving 16 pixels, 0, RGBA, 0, 0, 0.2. So dot container. For the container, that is container is nothing but this one, this particular part. Okay. For this one, I'm just giving the padding value to be 2 pixels and 16 pixels. Okay. So now let's see. Okay, this like this, you can create a card. Okay, the image and the content. So very simple. So how you can create the card? So if I, um, the first thing is you're giving the image, and for the container, you're creating a separate container. For the container, you're just applying 2 pixels. So 2 pixel is for what particular value? So let me increase this as a 30 pixel. Okay, it is for a top and bottom. All right. And let me give this to be a 2 pixel itself. If I string, so it is getting stringed. And if I give this to be a 50 pixel, so you can see it is for the left and right. Okay, this is for left and right value. Let me give 16 pixels. Okay, like this, you can give a space between the text, and this is we have not done much things. We are just splitting the things. Okay, like this, you can give a multiple content. So let me copy this card. Again, place it. Okay. And once I place this, what will be the next step? I can create the thing inside a div, a class to be column. Sorry, a row. Because inside the row, we are just placing this cards. Am I right? So let me cut this and paste it here. So after this, what will be the steps? Whatever we done before for the float concept. So the same thing you need to do. That's it. Very simple. Okay, clear everyone? So how we can place this next to next? Any idea? So what we have done before? How we can place this element next to next? If I give this refresh, it is placing at the bottom, but I don't want to place this at the bottom. So how I can place it towards the left side? Any idea? Any guesses from your end? No one? I hope everyone is listening. Idea from anyone? No? Okay. Okay, let's see. So what we can do is, let's take this. Okay. So inside the card. Okay, so previously we were given the class name to be column. So now here I'm just mentioning the width to be, let's take a 33.3 percentage because I'm having a totally three cards. Okay. And next is I'm floating towards the left. I want to place this towards the left. And if you want to add some padding, you can add. I'm giving a padding to be a 5 pixel. And after this, you can give a row after, then content to be empty, and then clear both sides. And display a table. Still it posits the same. 1 minute. Let me check whether I have closed it properly. So div container, here I need to close this, right? And here I need to close this. This one. Okay, so because of the space issue, it is not displaying. Let me reduce this a little bit. Let me give 25. So now it is placing. So like this, you can place the content next to next. Clear everyone? Understood? So how to place the content left to left, left side, and how we can add navigation, header in the other part. Okay, once we complete JavaScript, so we'll create a website entirely. Okay, clear? So I'll showcase you how you can create a portfolio. Everyone has to create a portfolio. Why? Because for your for your interview purpose and for the placement purpose, it will definitely help you. Okay, that is why. So next we will get into JavaScript concept and then later we will create a portfolio. Clear? Clear everyone? Yes or no? Yes, no. I think everyone is in the dilemma. You guys are not answering at all. Okay, Kashifa is giving thumbs up. What about others? I think Ashik was left in the session. Okay. Okay, fine. So now then we'll move on to the next thing that is called as JavaScript. Okay, after completing JavaScript, I will showcase you the real-time application. So till this we have completed. So now let's get into JavaScript part. So what is JavaScript? So generally we'll talk and then we will get into the topic. So what is JavaScript from your end? What is JavaScript? What is JavaScript in real time? Uh, okay. So it's not entirely, we can say it as, okay. So dynamic website design. Okay. Okay, let's see. So what it is. I think you guys or some students are new to this. So let me explain this. So JavaScript in generally, it is called as a client-side scripting language. So there is two terms, ma. So one is called as client-side and the other one is called as a server-side. Venkatesh, programming language, that is one of the core technologies of World Wide Web alongside HTML and CSS. Okay, so now, okay, fine. So a JavaScript is called as a client-side scripting. And anyone knows about a server scripting language? What is the language name? A server-side scripting. So client side means example, if I have a form and I'm just filling out the information and if there is some error or if I'm typing it wrongly, instead of password, I'm giving up wrong password. So then what happened? It will be, giving some notification, after the field, below the field, it will show some indication like your password is wrong. So you need to give a correct password. Am I right? So for that, we'll be giving a correct password. So after that, we'll be giving a correct password. So this is a user interaction. So this is easily done using a JavaScript. Guys, I'm telling you. So if you're well versed in a JavaScript in HTML and CSS, for for a junior JavaScript developer, they are looking for some good logic kind of things. So logic means you have to write a logic codings example, let's say how to reverse a string and the palindrome concept. There are so many examples are there. So you need to, but moreover in the interview point of view, they definitely ask about the reverse string and the palindrome and how you reverse the number and some how you add some values. So these are the, always they will be asking these kind of questions, but the students are not, give the proper answers. They, what the constraint will be like, you should not use any predefined uh, you know method names. Instead of that, you need to write a logic. That is a concept. So what you guys do is just go to the codebyte.com. So in the codebyte.com, you can see a lot of challenges which is showcasing over there. You can take any kind of challenges and try it the logic alone on your PC. So that definitely will help you. You have another 1 year because you are in the third year or you are in the second year, right? So just practice on it. You will be getting more knowledge on it. Clear? Yeah. So the next thing is, so it is to create a dynamic web page content and it creates elements for improving the site visitors interaction with the web page, such as drop down menus and animated graphics and dynamic background colors. So how does the JavaScript works? How it is going to work? So JavaScript is what is known as a client-side script. So most web applications such as a search engine work because of interactions between the user devices. Example, computer, phone or tablet and remote servers. And the softwares on the remote server sends an information to the client, that is to the user machine. And the software on the client side reads the information and renders a web page on the screen. So this is how the process will be. Okay. So first what happened? The user will be giving some request and that will be, analyzed in on the server, right? So before going to the server, some intermediate things, the interaction will be taken. So that is called as a JavaScript part. And real time examples, take a search engine for an example, and in a search engine almost all have an automated function. So before that search engine, so what is called search engine first? What is called search engine in a real time? Anyone knows what is search engine? Actually, these kind of people are there. The search engine jobs also available. So it is nothing but browsing for required purpose. Yeah, good, Patan, and you're near to the answers. Yes, exactly. So for that also we have kind of job opportunities are there. So you'll be having a HTML page, okay, or it is going to be an entire content. What you need to do is you need to change the keywords and the description for it. Just going to the inspect element, you will be changing the details. So that will be the rule. But for that, I think a less package will be given. So for a search engine. So I'm just telling you so how it is going to be. So the user, so that is, let's take a YouTube. Okay, let's take a YouTube. Um, or my website. Okay, I'm just having my technical documentation website. Technical documentation in the sense, I have my own idea about the language. I'm just giving the information and the pictures of it. You can also do a technical documentation if you really like. Okay. So once I create a technical documentation, I'm just publishing it. But you see, my technical documentation is not up to the level what I'm expected. So what will be the next thing? So I'll be doing. So I'll be doing a search engine. So I'll be adding some keywords, what the user is exactly searching for. I'll just identify it and I will add that particular keywords on my website. Clear? So this is how the process will be. So the user begins typing a word into the search box and a list of possible search terms or phrases appears below, right? So while I'm typing itself, it is showcasing a lot of the phrases for my for the user convenience. Okay, and the suggested search items appears without reloading the page. So it automatically viewing, so without reloading a page. The background, what happens, the JavaScript reads a letter as a user types and sends those letter to the remote server, and the server sends the suggestions back. So this is the process which is going on, but we don't know, but we automatically get the output, right? So the softwares on the server side analyzes the word and run the algorithm to anticipate the user search terms. The JavaScript on the client side machine is as simple and small as possible so as not to slow down the user interaction. So that is the another example. Okay, the search engine. So now we will get in. So now we understood what is search engine, how it is work, that is how the process is going to be, and in a real time how the things are going about this JavaScript, right? So now we will understand so what is JavaScript, how we can write the code. Okay, first is there are different types of the JavaScript importations will be. Okay, so let me give okay, so we are writing a scripts, right? So here there are different ways you can import the scripts. So you see here, so first is called as inline JavaScript, internal JavaScript, and external JavaScript. Inline JavaScript means nothing but if I'm trying to add my code within the button. Okay, so that is called as a inline JavaScript. Okay, the value of onTick can be some match calculation, a dynamic addition to the DOM, any syntax valid JavaScript code. Okay, and internal means you'll be adding within the a script element. And external means external file. Okay. So we can add this. We can add this. Because I'm going with the internal script. That is internal JavaScript. Internal JavaScript means I'm just giving some functionality. Let's say I'm just giving a variable a is equals to 10. So this is a variable keyword and this is a variable name and this is 10. Okay. I just want to print this value. So how will be printing it? So the values will be in a DOM. So DOM means document. Each and every element will be considered as a object in JavaScript. Okay, so that is why we are using a document object. So when you are adding, when you are combining the the objective and the method, you'll be using a dot. Okay, I'm adding a right here and let me put a value to be printed. So let's check the output. You can see the value is displaying as 10. Clear? So the next is this is one type of script. You can also put the script in the head elements as well. So still you will be getting a out. Okay. And I don't want to be, I don't want this here. I'm going to create a different, JavaScript file. So how I can add this? I can give a style dot, sorry, a script dot JS. The extension will be dot JS. I'm adding a content here. So now if you go and check, yeah. So here one more thing we need to add. This is a different file. This is a different file. I need to combine this. How I can combine this is using a script element. Here you need to add the attribute called src. And what is the file name? Script.js. Clear? So now you'll be getting a value to be 10. Okay. So what are the interview questions I'll be getting if I go for a junior JavaScript developer? So there are some questions, the basic questions. Let me ask you. So let's see who's going to answer. Okay, so let's take the script element. I'm just giving a script element. It is a general algorithmic answers. Okay, I'm giving a variable a is equals to 10, and I'm trying to print the value that is document dot write of e. You'll be getting this value. So next is I'm just giving another variable keyword and 11. So what will be the value for this one? What will be the value? Any guesses? I have redeclared the value. So what will be the value? So it is going to be 11. Good, Supriya. And if this is called as a redeclared. Slash means is nothing but it's a comment. It will not show it in your output. So this is called as a redeclared part. And next is a variable. Sorry, not variable. I'm just giving a is equal to 20. And this is the assignment. I'm just assigning the value again. So for this one, so what will be the value for this one? So 20 is the value. Great. So for a variable keyword, if you're using a variable keyword, it will accept the variable keyword accepts a redeclared and the assignment. Clear? So the next one is, okay, if I use let keyword, I'm just removing this. So what will be the output? I use a let keyword. So let keyword is another keyword. So we'll be using it for a block. So block statements in the sense if you're using for a loop or any functions or any kind of within a curly brace, if you're going to declare any value, then you can go with this let keyword. And the another one is called const keyword. So now can you tell me what will be the value? So this is the interview question. That's why I'm asking. So if I ask, it will get registered in your mind. So when it is asked, you will be answering. No idea? Okay, let's see. I don't want this. I'm just going to debug it. Debug means uh, for debugging purpose, I'm going to use console.log. Console.log, which is available in a DevTools. Okay, DevTools means if I use a Chrome DevTools, here you need to go, just refresh and right click, go to the inspect and click on console. Here you can see what is the error is going to be. So uncaught a syntax error. The identifier A has already been declared. So it's already been declared, so we cannot do it again. So now the next thing is, if I use without a redeclare, I'm just assigning the value. Then what will be the output? Any guesses? Eight. Okay. Okay. So let's see. What is the value it is showcasing? It is 11. So in a let keyword, um, it won't accept redeclare, but reassignment possible. Okay. So this is about a let nd where keyword. Where keyword. Then what about the const keyword for this one? So what will be the output? The const keyword. So the way from the word you can understand. Same variable we can declare twice in the variable keyword. Okay, Kaja. So you can do it in a variable keyword. That's what I'm trying to say. Using a same variable, you can declare it twice the time using a variable keyword, but you cannot do it using a keyword. Okay. So now can you tell me using this const keyword, const is using declared. I didn't get you. Can you just tell me? It's never changed. Yes, exactly. So it will never change. So your output. So what it will show? So it is saying like assignment to a constant variable. It will not change the value. So if I'm going to use trying to use a assignment, so it is never going to be work. Okay. So this is about a redeclare and a reassignment about the different keywords. So next is we'll see about the data types. So what are the different data types we have? So let me check. So next they are into the events. Okay, before getting into the events, let's talk about this data type because you'll be getting an interview question from this. Okay, so let me ask you questions. So what is data type first of all? So data type is nothing but whatever the value we are giving. So it has the different data types if you are trying to represent in through the program. So if it is a Java, so you'll be having a different data types. If it's going to be Python, it's going to be different. And if I'm going to use JavaScript, it's going to be different because the JavaScript is come from Java, right? So it is somewhat similar, but it's a lightweight. JavaScript is a lightweight one. So now I'm trying to write something. Okay, so document dot write, and I'm using a type of method. Type of method is nothing but it is find um, you know the data types. It will find the data types if I give a value. So let me give a value as 10. So what is a 10 value data type? Everyone knows, right? So
Integer.
what is it? Yes, it is going to be integer. That is number. So here it will be considered as a number. So if I go and refresh, here you can see it is a number. Okay, if I'm trying to Let me. Okay, let me give a string value or whatever the word I'm giving. So it is showing as a number. So let me give a break in between. Okay. So let me copy this. So next is, so this is a string. So if I'm just giving a value like this. I have not declared any value to this a variable, but I'm trying to check the output. So what it is going to be the output? Any guesses? Kalyani, Mula Kalyani, your camera is on. Mula Kalyani, she is doing. Okay. So what will be the output for this one? For the type, what will be the data type? Any guesses? I didn't give any
Variable, ma'am.
value to this. Sorry, come again.
It will be variable, ma'am.
It will be a variable. Okay. And anything else apart from this?
Number itself, ma'am.
Number itself. There is no number. I didn't give any number. I'm just given A.
Pointer, ma'am.
So it is going to be undefined. Okay, why it is undefined? I have not declared any value for this A variable. So that is why it is showing like a undefined. Okay, this is also one of the data type. So next, let me hide this. Next, I'm giving some value. So let's say okay, I have a value. Let's take 10. I'm adding the value with some content. Okay, let's say I'm giving the value to be JavaScript. So what will be the output?
JavaScript.
Only JavaScript I have given 10 value. 10 plus JavaScript. So what will be the output? So it is going to be, yes, 10 JavaScript, not JavaScript 10 JavaScript, because number I have given first, right? So it is going to be 10 JavaScript. Let me remove this. Okay. And if now you guys have to tell me, okay, I'm just changing the symbol to be minus. Then what is the output? So this is definitely an interview question, ma. Definitely they will be asking this. So JavaScript is the out. Yes,
10 only, ma'am.
only 10. Okay. Anything else apart from that? So just imagine the Excel itself. Okay. Just think Excel. So what you are trying to do is you're just getting to the Excel and just giving instead of a value, you're giving a number with some string. There is some data you're giving. So what you will get in Excel, everyone would have experienced that. So what is called NaN? Description of NaN. NaN. Yes, good. Aja, it's a not a number, right? Because it is not a number. Why? Because previously we were adding a plus. So plus in a JavaScript is it is considered as a concatenate symbol. Concatenate means it will join the values. It is not going to be something called as. It is not going to originally behave as a arithmetic operator. it is acting as a concatenation symbol. That is why we are getting output as 10 plus JavaScript. But when we are going with this 10 minus 1, this is arithmetic operator. It is not going to be any concatenation method. So that is why we are getting a output to be what? NaN. So not a number is the output. Clear, everyone? Any doubts? Okay, fine. Okay. So this is some, important questions they will be asking. And okay, let me, I think everyone is understand about what I'm trying to say. So now can anyone tell me what will be the value for this one? What is the value for this one? 10 into JavaScript. Printing 10 times. Now only I told you one concept. I'm just multiplying the numbers with the word, right? So what will be the output? Whatever the arithmetic operation. Okay, so only plus symbol alone will consider as a concatenation symbol. The other arithmetic operators, example minus and subtract and asterisk, that is multiplication, division, modulo. So it will be considered as a NaN only, not a number. Clear, guys? Venkatesh, again, it will not repeat 10 times in a JavaScript. It will show only as a not a number. Okay. So there are different, data types we have. So next upcoming sessions we'll see. Let me. This is about a data type, but a data type we have multiple data types. As of now, we have completed very simple things that is called as a primitive data types. So what is the difference between primitive and non-primitive data types? Difference between primitive and non-primitive data types. Just the explanation. What is the difference between this primitive and non-primitive? So after you're telling this answer, let's start with the attendance part.
Primitive means different, ma'am.
Primitive means different. Okay. And what about non-primitive? Okay.
I'm not
So let
different,
me.
ma'am.
I I can't hear your voice. Like your voice is breaking. So integer, float, short, long, primitive. Actually, float and short, long, and all you'll be seeing it in the your Java, right? So here we have only number, we have a string and big integer. That's it. Not definement, non-primitive. Yes, string classes array. It's a non-primitive. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm just asking you the difference. What is the difference? So primitive means it's a predefined one. So example, while creating a JavaScript itself, we have created a primitive data types. Okay, and non-primitive data types is nothing but which was created by the developer. Okay, after knowing the primitive data types, they have created this non-primitive data type. So it is entirely, let's say for the, it's like a customized one. Okay, it is like a customized one. Clear? Okay, tomorrow session we'll be seeing about symbols, symbol data type, object, and array, and multi-dimensional array. There are so many data types we have. So we'll see it on the next session. Okay, just practice with the basics, how you can work with the data types and with the control statements and the other things. Okay, because we have the next topic is going to be JavaScript event. Okay. So after completing the JavaScript topic, we are going to create a portfolio. I want everyone us to create a portfolio. Okay, and after completing all our portions, you have one mini projects to complete. Let me tell you, so what is the mini project is going to be after completing this front end part entirely. Clear? Okay, guys, 1 minute.